So waking up Friday morning on the way to work, and I get this alert that says Scottie Scheffler was arrested on the way to the golf course. So here's what happened. Let me lay it out for you. There was a fatal accident. There's a great picture. There was a fatal accident outside of Valhalla about 5 a.m. in the morning. Unfortunately, a guy was struck by a shuttle bus and passed away, an older gentleman. Tragic. Well, so obviously what happened was police and ambulances and all sorts of stuff around the scene. And it's raining outside. And so the players are coming in, and Scheffler, like everyone else, has got the players thing on his card. He's driving in, and he gets stopped or told to stop, and he thinks it's a traffic guard that doesn't know what he's doing. And so he keeps going and blows by the police barricade and blows by him to go in and get golfing. Turns out it was not a security guard. It was a police officer who didn't appreciate him violating his authority, and on video handcuffed him, and he was arrested. Nate, can we see that great picture again? There he is in his orange jumpsuit. He said that he warmed up in the jail cell, Jimmy, and rushed back to the course to shoot a 5 under par that next day after being arrested. He faces 4 charges following his arrest: second-degree assault of a police officer, third-degree criminal mischief, reckless driving, and disregarding signals from an officer. So, wow, what a day, what a game, what a shock to everybody. But Jimmy, the question is, should Scottie have been arrested?
Well, I mean, should he? Probably not, but I understand why. You have to set the precedence. You can't have or show favoritism to anyone, including the number 1 player in golf, Scottie Scheffler, who's not to be confused with Xander Schauffele. But, under the circumstances, condolences to the family that lost their loved one. That's nothing to laugh about. It's no laughing matter. But the situation, I could see where, Scheffler was just, thinking that it was just a, maybe a normal backup, and was trying to get around, and didn't mean anything by it. I think that's why, he was processing that out.
Jimmy, give us a little pro player insight.
So
you're on your way to the game.
So this is what I'm saying.
Dialed in for the game.
Right. So you're not really, and it's dark. I saw part of the video. Like, it was still kind of dark outside.
It was raining.
Yeah, it was rainy, not ideal conditions. So there was a lot of confusion. I've seen interviews from other players that said it was just very confusing that morning. But as a player, you're pretty focused in on like getting to the course, wanting to warm up, get in the clubhouse, get dressed, maybe, say a couple of words to your other buddies on the tour, and just go into your normal routine. So it's kind of like a mindless morning until you hit that stage where you're ready to walk out.
That's right.
and perform for the world. So again, to answer your question, I can see why they did it, but I don't think he probably should have been arrested. I think that's why he shot a 5 under after they released him, and cordially pushed back his tee time to let him do so.
Now, Jimmy, first of all, I have to give props to Scottie for doing his stretching in the jail cell. That's a really impressive thing. I will.
Dedication, baby. That's pro dedication.
That is good. I obviously am not a professional athlete, but I can see, and it sounds like you have experienced this as well. When you're on your way to the game, you are focused in on the game. You are getting your head right. You are thinking about what you got to do when you get there, and everything happening around you. And this happens to all of us, whether we're driving to work or we're driving to something. It's all noise, right? You're not really registering everything that's going on. So he showed up at courses every weekend of the year, and there's lights and there's guys shuffling him in and there's guys telling him to stop and there's confusion and he just keeps driving. He's not paying attention.
But that's the key to that though, B, is that you probably should pay attention when it's the cops, when it's the police.
Yeah,
I
I
can
think he
see
said he
if
didn't
it's an
know.
official. I can see if it's an official or if it's security.
They got the
Top flight.
rain. They
It's
got
not
the
top
rain
flight
gear on.
security.
You can't tell. You can't tell that it's not security versus a police officer, and the fact that he's focused in, he's probably not even really thinking about it. Like,
Not
I'm
at
telling
all.
you, I would have done the same damn thing Scottie Scheffler said. I would have been like,
Absolutely. Just
Biatch,
like,
I'm
well,
the number
a
one.
lot of the players were saying that, he didn't put any resistance. He was kind of looking confused. He didn't know what was going on. So you could kind of tell that, he wasn't, well, I don't want to put words in his mouth, but it didn't seem like he was fully alert, fully woke yet,
Yeah.
under the circumstances and conditions.
Yeah, I'd be like driving there, focused on the thing, being like, "Hey, biatch, I'm the number one golfer in the world.
Yeah, no
Get
doubt.
out of my way. I
I'm
don't know
looking
who you
fresh.
are." Yeah.
I don't know.
And then,
Yeah, which belt am I
obviously,
wearing today? What shoes am I wearing today?
yeah, yeah.
Am I wearing a solid
And
shirt,
look,
a print shirt?
everything
What's popping today?
everything that we hear about Scotty is a very thoughtful guy. I'm sure that if he had
Absolutely.
stopped and thought for a minute, he would have obeyed the officer. I just think so. So to answer the question, no, I don't think Scottie Scheffler should have been arrested. I
Mm,
think they should have kind of considered everything going on and said, "Hey, look, you go play golf. We'll handle this later. We'll have a conversation afterwards and be done with it." So
absolutely. That seems like the most logical